Hello, I'm Charlotte Palmer from the Mothership Connected. They've let me out, and I'm here to tell you all about our podcasts. You've got to check out the Transition Leytonstone podcast that I did. Yeah, it was a really inspiring interview with Ross Bedlow and Phil Mason. They're an amazing couple of people transforming their community in Leytonstone. You've got to check them out. They're all about permaculture, sustainability, getting connected with the community. They really know their stuff. We talked about the Best Before store, the fridge that they have over in Leytonstone, giving away food to people. We talked about organic farming. We talked about Organiclea. So, what is permaculture? Permaculture is a set of design principles based around nature. It has many branches that include but are not limited to ecological design. It's all about the way that nature organises itself. Environmental design is giving more than it's taking. It's actually very, very effective, and by copying that and applying that to lots of other principles, it works in harmony with nature. You can apply permaculture to anything at all. Towns, communities, agriculture, farming. It's a truly sustainable system. It's a beautiful model, completely based on natural ecosystems. And that's what permaculture is. So if you look at nature, most of nature adapts to its environment. Humans expect the environment to adapt to us. We're not living in harmony. We're draining resources. There's got to be a better way, and permaculture and transition towns are the alternative better way. But if we want to live in harmony with nature and we want to survive without destroying the planet. What is a local community fridge? Well, they've got one over in Leytonstone. The transition group are running it. And it's basically stuffed full of out-of-date food. Loads of food that's been donated. I say out-of-date, it's close to their use-by date. There's nothing out-of-date about it really, because you can eat it all. It's fully fine. It's not dangerous to eat. There's no salmonella or E. coli in it. It's just a benchmark for the food industry where they have to have a cut-off date. But often food can be eaten well after that date, especially things like yogurts and cheeses. They never actually really go off. They just get more mature. It is put in there and then shared with the community, with people that maybe don't have as much money. They can go there and pick up some food for themselves. It's basically just food that's close to its sell-by date. It's perfectly fine, totally edible, and completely free. You just go along, help yourself to the community fridge, get yourself some nice food. How does that sound? Funnily enough, I was having a conversation about food waste just the other day with a friend of mine who's a chemical engineer, Jamish Patel from Biofuel Evolution. We were talking all about how he's transforming food waste into fuel, and it's a really exciting podcast. He's doing amazing things in the world. If you're interested in food waste and how we're going to manage our food waste in the world, that is an inspiring interview. What is organic farming? I think people have some really crazy ideas about what organic farming actually is. But what it actually is a natural way of farming. It's basically an alternative farming system that doesn't use any synthetic chemical fertilisers and pesticides. It's all completely natural, in harmony with nature. Using things like manure, bone meal. Some farms just have ducks waddling around, picking off slugs off the lettuces. All completely natural and in line with nature. So there's no pesticide residue in your food. There is no chemicals destroying the hedgerows, respecting all the insects and the animals. It's the origins of how we used to farm. That's what organic farming is. So, Organiclea. Very clever, isn't it? Play on words. So let me tell you a bit about Organiclea. Organiclea is our local community organic farm, and it's in Chingford and it's run by local volunteers, and it's all local organic seasonal vegetables and fruit. They distribute all of their fruit and veg all around the borough of Waltham Forest. They have box schemes where they deliver, or you can go to certain points they have where they sell. I know they sell over in Walthamstow, and they go, and also at farmers markets. That is the essence of Organiclea. check out Transition 2 on YouTube. It's a documentary film about transition towns, communities and networks all around the world. It's a brilliant documentary because it talks about the founder and the founding original transition town, which is down in the West Country in Totnes, and how they basically transformed their community. And there's lots of amazing interviews with people from all around the world, how they've transformed their communities, people that have transformed devastated towns from after tsunamis, or just areas where it's low income. People have become very resigned about things, and they've brought the whole community together, and the big difference that they've made in the community. The entire documentary is amazing. So while I'm telling you all of this, it's just a tiny part of the podcast. If you listen into the podcast, you can find loads more about permaculture and the transition towns. Phil and Roz are experts on it. Tune in and give it a listen. It's amazing. It's really educational. And if you like it, don't forget to share it. To check out all of our podcasts on Mothership Connected, the link is here. Subscribe down below. And don't forget to check out all the links down below to Mothership Connected, to our podcasts and all the other relevant links mentioned. Remember, act locally, think globally. It's all about the chat.